So if you are in a state of lack or limitation, and that is what you focus on, the universe will give you more of that because it's unconditional. So it's very
Yeah.
important that we start observing where our emotions are wanting us to go and to reflect on, is this mine? What's the intention behind this?
Welcome to Howling at the Moon, where the mystical meets the practical, and the canine spirit guides lead the way. I'm your host, Heather Leigh Strom. In 2022, I experienced a sudden, life-changing spiritual awakening. After a lifetime of struggling with, who am I and why am I here? For 5 decades, the world felt cold and confusing. Now I see the patterns, the purpose, and the bigger magical picture. My mission? To help you find your way through your own awakening journey. Here, you'll discover limitless possibilities for spiritual growth, powerful healing frequencies, and extraordinary energetic professionals, each designed to guide you into deeper healing and remembrance. Some episodes feature enlightening wisdom from spiritually evolved guest healers, visionaries, and authors. Others are led by the multidimensional canine spirit guides themselves, sharing their unique intergalactic wisdom and frequency. If you've been craving deeper truth, multidimensional healing, and a little cosmic magic, you've just found your pack. Listen and watch on Spotify or YouTube and bring the magic back into your life. All right, welcome to Howling at the Moon. I am your host, Heather Leigh Strom, and today we have a very special guest, Vibecke Garnass from Norway. Now, Vibecke is a visionary channeler, a New Earth strategist, and a captivating host of her own show, the Spiritual Quest podcast. She is a channeler of Zarius and the Order of Seven, a group of high frequency energies offering guidance and support for our soul's journey to Earth. With more than 1,000 channelings since 2012, she's helped many people around the globe to activate their unique frequency and fulfill their soul mission through co-creation with spirit. She's also trained as a life between lives hypnotherapist by the Newton Institute and a certified master NLP coach. So she's a multi-talented, interdimensional channeler and mentor. So welcome, Vibecke.
Thank you so much, Heather. It's lovely to be here, and I'm so excited for this conversation. It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, me too. We were talking off camera. I was just buzzing before we started. Would you like to begin with sharing with everyone who you are and what you do?
I would love to. As you mentioned, I am from Norway, born and raised, and my first connection with Zarius and the Order of Seven, which I channel, actually happened in my mother's womb. So I've been on this path for as long as I can remember, and it's been quite a ride. It's not been an easy ride, but it's been a thrilling ride. And now that we're moving into higher frequency here on Mother Earth and humanity is raising their vibrations and frequency, more things are starting to happen. And so my path as a channeler has evolved. So now I am channeling more multidimensional beings from other galaxies, and also, of course, Zarius and the Order of Seven. And I just want to mention that as a child, growing up having Zarius and the Order of Seven around, it was an interesting experience. I would see orbs, like really orbs playing around me, like showing up, and I would play with these orbs. And as I grew, these orbs would change in color and size, and I would see patterns in them as well. And I wouldn't see these patterns until now again. They are coming up. So when we are reaching this vibration and I'm tuning more into the multidimensional, these patterns are showing up. It blew my mind. It's been forgotten since that time. And so it's a real indicator that the energies that we embody as multidimensional beings are being activated through these changes that are happening. So a lot of
Mhm.
star seeds are awakening. And it's just a very interesting and powerful place to be now here on Mother Earth and to be part of it. And so in 2016, I just want to share this before I give the word back to you, Heather. It is in 2016, I met my star team and they've been preparing me. So my star team is a Pleiadian star team, and they are using something called the GTS, the Galactic Traveling System, to bring vibrations and frequencies and these symbols that now are showing up. And so I was introduced to them in Sedona in 2016. And now, the last couple of months, they've been coming back. They've been giving me more patterns. They're been shifting energy and they wanted me to speak about the hope frequency because this is what humanity needs to open their hearts and embrace as we reclaim our power is actually the hope frequency because it gives us the ability to choose the free will. So I just wanted to share that.
Wow. I mean, there was so much there.
I know,
Number
I can't
one,
help it.
you,
They're here. They're just coming in.
yeah, they're
Just
just pouring through you. Like the fact that you were so connected in the womb. I mean, how many people have experienced that? I mean, that's just phenomenal, right? And that's an incredible gift to have. And the orbs, so you're saying that they're changing color as the frequency changes here on the planet or with you?
with me. So we all have our
Okay.
own teams, right? You know this because you do the channeling yourself. But these energies are is working with me and the my soul patterns, if you wish, the soul expansion of this journey that I'm on
Mhm.
in this lifetime. And so
Mm.
there's multiple lifetimes. And so I have vibrations on different timelines as well which allows me to choose which pathway or navigate which timeline I choose to be on in this moment. So it is quantum jumping through breaking, stepping out of your comfort zone and just trusting and allowing the guidance of spirit. And these energies show me the way, if you wish, like the colors symbolize, gives me information about where I need to work on myself, what I need to be aware of, and I can also see those colors with those patterns in the external world. So I can see them show up around people or places. Any indication that I need to be aware of, these orbs and these colors and these shapes show up. So it's easy to move and know and choose the right pathway, not only for me, but also for other people, so that we can be a co creation or at least stand united in creating something really, really powerful. That's what it's all about, just like you and me doing right now, Heather.
Yeah. 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 So this is like your braille system.
I'm sorry, I don't know what Braille means. Remember, I'm Norwegian now, so you have to give me.
Braille is that that text language for the blind.
Oh, okay.
So
Goodness.
so it's like a shortcut for you to easily identify, okay, this needs to be done here, you need to go there. They've given you like a visual, right? A visual map or a really quick visual communication that you don't have to literally like tune in and channel. You can just see it like a map. You can see it in front of you.
Yes, and that's so powerful the way you just described that right now, because like I said, I could see it for other people too, which means other people can see it too. If they allow themselves to follow the guidance spirit, reclaiming their power means connecting yourself with your inner guidance system and trusting in your higher soul and just
Mhm.
allowing that part to be the strongest voice. So the words that we choose can be activated with those higher vibrations because we know how words have kept kept us humans separate, right? And so
Mhm.
now it's the time to unify through the heart vibration, which the order refers to as the dimension of unity, which is the fourth
Mhm.
dimension. So that's the bridge that we all now are moving into, or we are already on that path and moving into the fifth dimension, where we now are seeing these symbols and those orbs. So that is kind of, not kind of, but that allows us to shift and move and navigate in coherence with your journey as a multidimensional being, which means you activate more of your soul's resources, which I think is
Mhm.
fascinating and
Yeah.
powerful. Not only that, because I learned something new about myself all the time. And I thought, well, hey, I'm soon 50. I should know a lot about myself. But the key here is activating your unique frequency, which we are all trying to do at this moment by tuning
Yeah.
inwards and reclaiming our power and moving further, because we have to activate that to be able to tune into the higher frequencies. So it's a fascinating time.
It's very exciting. I mean, we're just both of us are buzzing. Any anytime I talk about this conversation, I start shaking because it just fills me with so much frequency when I'm in this space. And when the two of us get together, I
I
can barely
know.
sit in my chair.
I know.
But
I
what
just want
what
to mention something, Heatherly, because I
yeah.
think this is interesting, because I want to make sure that people understand, the connection that we have, not being in the same space, but the energetic connection when we are tuning into the same vibration. And I
Mhm.
was preparing to go on with you, and the GTS was activated, which means my star team was coming forward. And I ended up in a channeling position where I channel out loud because I'm a trance channeler. And when I do that, I lose sense of time, of course. And I was
Mhm.
brought back in the moment. It was just 1 minute until I had to be on with you. And so I just scrambled to get everything on. And you told me that you were buzzing right
I
before.
was.
I thought that was fascinating because I got so much information. I was like, this is the perfect example of how we are connected and how we're all
Yes, and I wanna mention something too because this happened the last time you and I worked together. I always prepare a container to work in where I can share sacred space with the person I'm on the call with, whether it's a show I'm doing or whether it's a client. I create a sacred container that's protected, and the last time I worked with you, I think you and I were doing the same thing at the same time because I got into my container and I'm like, "This thing is huge." I'd
Yes,
never had a container that big before.
I
And
know.
and so when I prepared for this show today, I did the same thing. I prepared a container for us. And when I do that, we're sharing energetic space then and there. We retain our sovereignty, but we're sharing energy very intimately within that sacred container. So as you were channeling on the other side of the world, my heart started to race. and and I'm like, what's going on? I'm grounded. I just sat here and grounded myself. I shouldn't be buzzing like this. And it didn't make sense until you got on and we compared notes and it had happened again.
I know. I love that. I love that. And I love the way you also speak of the sacred space, because that is what we are doing as light workers at this moment.
Mhm.
We are
Yeah.
holding space for those who are on, are awakening or wanting to take that journey within. And it's so
Mhm.
important for us to understand that as we work with higher vibrations and we take responsibility for the energies that we create from, because that's the key here. Which vibration frequency are you tuning into before you actually create, or before you
Yeah.
speak? And what do you put into your words? Where does it come from? And like you asked me, Heatherly, I love this. You said, how do I pronounce your name? And I said, I don't care as long as it's said in love. I don't care, because that's the point here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the frequency we're moving into, right? And I think it's so hard for people to understand what that is because as humans, we think we know what love is, but we don't. The love that we experience here is so muted compared to what divine love is. That frequency is so different than anything I've experienced here.
Yes, and the order speaks about that as the love frequency being hacked. And what do I mean about
Mm,
that? It's being um, there's always in this separation duality of life, the light and the darkness, the separateness of our own
yeah.
light. We are being affected by lower vibrations, and
Mhm.
so knowing that where you choose to tune into, what you choose to tune into, will have an effect on your energetic body. And so it is within the understanding of how you are transmitting energy and how you're receiving the energy and where you are taking your knowledge or what you are receiving from which vibration is super important in these times because there is a good and bad in this 3D reality. And that's the part that we are waking up to now that people are saying the 3D matrix, which we are the creators of, we create,
Mm.
everyone creates their own 3D matrix.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to move past. So now we are giving or we are getting a lot of information through our souls. We are reawakening. We're getting a lot of attention from our multidimensional friends and
Yeah.
we are now feeling this shift that we now can start sensing also in the external world. But as we're seeing it, we are seeing it as a rise of darkness and a rise of power or positivity, right? So we're seeing it. And remember now that we are reflecting what's going on the inside, like the whole universe that we are carrying within ourselves. We're now seeing what's going on intergalactically also. So now we're like,
Mhm.
okay, how do we deal with this? Because the old 3D matrix, whatever we were taught, doesn't resonate and it doesn't work anymore because of the effect of the universal power, because we are shifting. And so this is happening whether we like it or not. So it's whether you're on this journey or not, but remembering that we chose this path, we chose to be here as souls, we chose to be here in these exciting times. And so we have to find what really resonates, what really gives us the happiness, the joy, the positivity, the freedom to express who we truly are, because that's what we're moving into. So when we are seeing hacked, we are being hacked by the 3D power of the or the darkness of the 3D. We are when we are rising, there will be the other level wanting us to play small, and it all comes into not feeling worthy and not being good enough. That's the common denominator here. And
Yeah.
it is, we can see it because maybe one of the most powerful thing that a human can look at within their 3D matrix at this time is, how do I judge? The judgment is what gives power to that force. We don't want that. We have to stop judging each other and
Yeah.
ourselves. Why do we
Yeah,
keep
and
Yeah.
we just had a big political event here. I won't say what, but and I don't play in that game. I don't exist in that world, and to me it doesn't even matter what happens because I hold my own space. But what I experienced was the other people around me getting drugged down into that energetically, and through interaction with those people, that energy was coming at me. Not not because I had an opinion about anything, but because it was reaching for me because I didn't, right? So I had to hold
Hacking.
space.
That's the hacking. They're trying to hack you.
Yeah, absolutely. I had to hold that energy. I had to not only hold my own energy, but I had to expand my field and hold energy for other people that I could contain in order to help support the system. The not the system, but
Oh,
um what would I call it? I don't even know what to call it. It feels like an orb. It feels like I don't know if there's a word for it. Is what I'm hearing. There's no English human word for it, but it was like I was supporting the large network of the multiverse. That's what it felt like.
yes,
Um,
you were on a higher, you were working with the grids. I'm sure that you were working with a
Okay.
powerful grids that
Yeah.
is beautifully placed around this planet. But to be able to activate and to respond to those grids and be a participant, if you wish, in creating the beautiful tapestry that will bring humanity into a new earth, we need to activate our unique vibrational point. So you were standing in your vibration, your unique frequency. So you were safe and
Hmm.
secure in that. And what I want people to take away from that is when you do that, you are firmly grounded. You are not, you're safe. You're not
Hmm.
looking for any safety, people to rescue you from that
Right.
space. You are just grounded within your power, knowing that
Hmm.
you're well taken care of, your higher self,
Hmm.
trusting in the higher guidance, your higher self. And you are then able to hold space, which is what all light workers, channelers, visionaries, whatever you want to label it, we are doing at this time because we know how important it is to hold space
Hmm.
so people can allow themselves to do the work necessary, because it is about embracing also the darkness within us, because you
Yeah.
cannot bypass the darkness. It's all part of the journey. So I celebrate you and all light workers, because this is a time for us to really shine, to be the example, if you wish, for the new earth strategies where we are
Yeah.
responsible for our vibrations and frequencies, and that we act upon that before we put it into words, before we move into the external world and create that external environment, because
Yeah.
that's such a powerful thing that is going on right now. We are creating a new earth.
Hmm. Yeah. And it starts from within. It's not something you do outside of you. It starts from within. Vibecke, this is an amazing conversation. We're going to take a little quick break here. And when we come back, I want to hear about an event you have coming up. Okay. All right, everybody, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Canine Spirit Guides, The Healing Power of Man's Best Friend by Heather Leigh Strom. We've always suspected dogs are magical angels from God. In this groundbreaking book, you'll discover the specific divine gifts our canine companions really possess as they facilitate our healing, elevate our awareness, and expand our consciousness. Man's best friend has their own spirit guides, which is why they appear in our lives just when we need them most. This award-winning book, Canine Spirit Guides, The Healing Power of Man's Best Friend by Heather Leigh Strom, is available on Amazon.com and HeatherLeighStrom.com. Get your copy today and begin your journey.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're talking to Vibecke Garnass from Norway, and she's in a multidimensional channel. And Vibecke, I'm wondering if there's a message maybe that you need to share with the audience, perhaps?
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much for asking. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure who's going to come forward, but we will see who comes and we'll discuss the message after that. So here we go.
Okay. All right.
Humanoids of Mother Earth, it is with great pleasure that I address you today. It's been a challenging time for many who have now find their own enlightenment within their own understanding of who they are. Their starseeds awakening as a multidimensional being, feeling the energies of the new earth arise within. It is with great pleasure that we are supporting of that knowledge that you as multidimensional beings are awakening to. And for us, my friends, to allow us to give you that information and to reawaken your path to higher frequencies. So when you now are moving and navigating these energetic patterns and time frames that you are experiencing as this human being on earth today, remember, my friend, that you do have other aspects of your soul already enlightened, already illuminated, and awakened to what is coming. And we are calling on you to reclaim your power, my friend, by supporting your own soul and your higher good. For that will allow you to make the choices that is necessary for this new earth to arise. Because, my friend, you will have to arise it within your own core being. You will have to feel it, sense it as a human being. You must allow yourself and the passion that you feel for your own life and for that journey that you now are on, to feel the expression of the multidimensional pieces coming together as a whole, for you to unite within your own being, my friend, and for that to be the greatest power that you carry throughout this journey called life. And so we are here to bring the hope frequency because, my friend, the hope frequency will enlighten your own understanding of the choices that you as a human being need to move into, to remember if you choose. Because in the separateness and the duality of the experience that you are having on this earth at this moment in time, you will understand that hope is what illuminates the passion, the journey moving forward. And as there are higher frequencies, there are also lower vibrations moving. And this is your opportunity through the frequency of hope to make new choices and to remember who you truly are and to allow yourself to speak from your soul. So whatever you speak will bring healing, will bring prayers and light out into this world, so that you, my friend, can move into higher dimensions. So this is our expectations, if you choose, for the journey that you humans are now experiencing. If you choose to listen, to embrace your multidimensional selves, then of course, my friend, you will be free. You will be free from any suffering. You will be free from any limitations, lack that you might feel is causing you this disentanglement, if you choose. But now that you are awakening, now that you express yourself through the authentic vibration of who you truly are, then you will see what this beautiful life can bring. And so this is our message for you today. Be the light warriors, bring the peace within your hearts, and make your alignment clear by saying and tuning into self-love. That is all, my friends. Thank you and farewell.
Wow. Wow. Are you aware of any of that when you're channeling, or are you gone?
I'm in the back seat. I've been doing
Okay.
this for 16 years now, so full time. So I've changed the way I channel. In the beginning, I couldn't remember anything, and I was way deep. I
Mhm.
my voice was very weird. It's more.
Mhm.
It's not. It just moves with different vibrations, but it was very dark and very, yeah. It was a different experience. But now, doing this for so long, it's quick and easy because I do the work necessary, keeping myself as a clear channel. Like you said, we
Mhm.
open sacred space, we open, I tune in and I allow them when they come forward just to speak. So I don't have all the words. I don't always understand all the words because, I'm Norwegian, but I just go with it. And so what comes, comes.
Yeah. So was that Zarius and the Order of Seven? Is that who that was?
No, that was probably, let me check in. That was Stargazer.
Oh, wow. It was really beautiful. Really beautiful. And we just keep getting the same messages from so many different sources that it's time to go to the heart. It's time to come from the heart. But that's tough for a lot of people. You want to talk about that? I mean, most of us have a hard time connecting to true heart frequency.
Yes. Um, you know, to be honest, love is very, very easy. And why do I say that? It's because it's a natural way of being. And so if you cannot find or feel the love, you will sense where it is authentic. You will sense, because we all do this. So it's all about understanding and having grace, I would say, in order to explore what you are projecting out into the world. And whatever you receive in return, have a great, observe what is coming in return, and then choosing from a higher perspective, not being caught in the emotions of things, but having an observer role, seeing and questioning, where is this coming from? What is the intention behind what is now being projected towards me? Or what am I here to learn from this? Because in that, you're opening up for more of that love, that space, that grace that we all need. And when we act upon that and we don't take everything personal, everything that happens in the world, because many of us are very empathic people, and we sense energy and we feel a sense of responsibility sometimes in order for other people to have, to feel well, or to do for others more than we do for ourselves. So it's not about not
Yeah.
giving to others, but it is about making sure your cup is filled so that the
Yeah.
love that you give is unconditional, because the universe operates within vibration and frequency as well. So if you are in a state of lack or limitation, and that is what you focus on, the universe will give you more of that because it's unconditional. So it's very
Yeah.
important that we start observing where our emotions are wanting us to go, and to reflect on, is this mine? What's the intention behind this? Because as we are questioning, we have opportunities to choose. And that's the fourth dimension. The way you can stand there and observe what's going on, that pattern playing out, you suddenly have choice. And that's where the fourth
Hmm.
dimension, you have a choice to choose what brings joy, passion, that feels lighter, because you can feel this. Everything is energy. So we all know, but I want you to take in the words. So when you sense something coming towards you, does it make you want to cringe, or does it make you want to open up? Because that will allow you to understand if this is well intended for your well being or not. And then if it's not,
Right.
if you feel constrained, look at it. Oh, that's interesting. Not being caught in the emotions, but riding the emotions. It's a ride,
Hmm.
it's a vibration. But if we keep getting
Hmm.
stuck in it and we keep repeating it, we're in that loop, then we're stuck in a belief system that is keeping the 3D matrix alive. And so just start being aware and start choosing what feels good. That will get you
Yeah.
move in a direction of, you can really start feeling love within yourself because you give yourself grace.
Yeah. And I think it's really important to kind of harp on what you mentioned is becoming the observer. And that takes practice, because we've been taught to react. We've been taught to have an opinion or a feeling about what someone else says or does, and even about ourselves. We've been trained to judge ourselves, and to be able to just rise up out of that and almost like watch yourself from above. That was priceless for me, because now I can say, okay, what's this about? Does this even belong to me? Or is this someone else's crap coming at me?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so then if it does belong to you, you can honestly say, okay, I need to address this. I need to do some work here and flip it. I need to raise the vibration of this. And you can always tell, because if you get emotional, then there's something in it for you, right? Around that issue. If you're completely objective about it, it has nothing to do with you. It's not your work to be done. It's someone else lashing out at you for their work that needs to be done.
Mm.
But that's hard for people to do.
Yes. And I would recommend, if people are feeling kind of tired, because sometimes we feel drained and tired when we do carry this and we have these lower emotions running our life, right? We're scared, we're frightened. There's a lot of energy that is being drained from us, and it's keeping us in lower vibration. It's part of the hack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say it that way
Mm-hmm.
because we have choice. And if you understand that, we say we create our emotions, but if you've been hacked, you are also being trained, like you said, to be within that vibration, not to think for
Yeah.
yourself, not to be the observer, but to go with the herd, right? To go, to just do
Yeah.
what other people say is the best thing for you instead of trusting in your inner guidance. And so I would say start doing energy work. This is five dimensional um, energy or new earth strategies. These are old strategies. That's why we call them five dimensional, because they were more enlightened, they were more powerful thousands of years ago, right? So we need to
Yeah.
get back to that purity of doing energy work, not the traditional what you've been taught by mainstream media, but what you can learn techniques or whatever, but you have to make sure that you embody it uniquely to you. So you can learn how to do and process things, but make sure that you are not fixed on, am I doing it right or am I not doing it right? Because it's the practice and the intent that gives the power to the technique. So whatever you choose to do, make sure the intent of doing it is pure, that it's high vibrational, that it's done in self-love. And so when you do
Yeah.
that, so I recommend starting the day, having an intention, but also being aware of your energy. Awareness exercise. Close your eyes and you
Mhm.
put your attention out into your field and back and forth, and you just sit there and breathe. You don't do anything. It's not meditation, nothing. You sit there within your space and you feel and you sense, is there any energies that is in my field that doesn't belong to me? And it can feel like a pain in your neck or whatever. And you address it, you observe it. And is that mine? What color is it? You play with it. And then you see how it goes and have an intent of releasing what's no longer yours or what's not yours, and cut the cords and allow it to just transmute into Mother Earth and let her do her beautiful job of cleansing it. And so you become a co-creator with Mother Earth. And then you start co-creating with the universe as you say, please give me the highest frequency of light and love, the purest light. Maybe it's white, maybe it's golden, whatever you choose. And you allow that to come forward down through your crown. And you just move it, purifying, holding that intention of purification down, all the way down and out through your feet. And then you expand it throughout your whole field. You
Yeah.
remove it. That's a simple, but so powerful exercise that really helps you to sense who you truly are, which is love, right?
I love that. That's a really simple technique that people can do before they start their day.
Yes.
And it doesn't take a lot of time, once you get used to the process. It becomes very natural. And then you can learn to do it throughout the day if you need to.
Yes, I do that. A reset. I do that. Like it takes me just maybe 3 minutes, but sometimes longer. I love it because I like being in that space, but because that's the addiction when you get to that point. Oh, it's so nice. You want to do it. It's like training. If you've been working out for a long time, you become kind of addicted to it, right? To feel good. So that's how I do with the energy. It's just, this is so good. I can relax there and just be in my own space and just I don't think it's just an awareness, and it's beautiful. That's when
Mhm.
you start your intuition. Oh, it really kicks in. You become such a clear channel when you do this exercise and you allow yourself just to be in that space. You start getting downloads. All this happens when you work on this. And it, like you said, it's not a
Yeah.
doesn't take a lot of time. And it doesn't need to be deep meditation or anything. It's just awareness of your multidimensional self.
And it's finding that connection with the now too. We're trained to think far ahead. We're trained to think about the past. We're trained to fixate on that stuff. We go to therapy and we talk about the past over and over and over and over again.
Yes,
So to come into awareness and realize that the only thing that is important is this moment right now, and spending that time just connecting to the now, that alone would help people.
so true. And I love the way, just another tip here is when you do your breathing exercises, because we all know that breathing is powerful, the way we can pull
Mhm.
our soul, really ignite our soul within our hearts and open our hearts. If you focus on that point, 0 point, if you wish, within that heart that
Mhm.
opens the portal, and you just allow yourself to breathe with the awareness that you're breathing with the whole energy of your heart in the back and the front. So you're breathing it out. And if you just focus on doing that, you will start, feel the energy, your life force start to change. You will sense it and you will actually feel it. And when you start feeling these things within yourself, when you feel the shift, you know that you are powerful. It's not something you hear
Yeah.
other people say. You start feeling it and you shift the way you
Yeah.
walk and stand. I mean, you have this little, when you go for a walk, you feel a little lighter in your step, a little more set in your ways. No, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't worry as much. I mean, it's like the whole weight's been lifted off of you. And it becomes a knowing, and that's where your power is in the knowing, not in something you've been taught to believe, but what you know in your soul to be true. That's where your power is.
Yes. Love that.
And it's easier. It's easier to connect with than people realize. We just got to get the mind out of the way.
So true. And getting mind and heart coherence allows you to tune into the higher vibration. And I know a lot of people want to be really powerful when they manifest or co create. Well, make sure your heart and mind is in sync, because otherwise you're not going to be able to focus that energy needed to be really specific and detail oriented, if you choose to get what you truly desire, and not fixating on the outcome, but why, the intent behind, and then moving that energy from a 5 dimensional space. That's powerful.
Yeah.
But you have to be the
Yeah.
activate your channel. That's the point. So this is all what we're speaking of today. It's allowing you to activate your heart, which will activate more of your channel, and then you can start moving. But remember, everything is energy. So we have to start focusing on doing energy work. All of us.
Yeah. Energy and light. Yeah. And you can't do it wrong.
No, that's the powerful
That's
thing.
yeah,
That's the secret,
that's what people
people.
they get so caught up on it. If they do a meditation, like, well, I don't think I did that right. Nothing happened. Well, you're judging yourself. That's why nothing happened.
And that's the hack. Remember, when you start judging
Yeah.
others or yourself, it's what we've been taught. It's what the external world wants us to keep doing, because that keeps us playing small. It keeps us in the limitation of not being good enough, so that we will follow the guidance of the external world, those people who have the power.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent point. I love it. Well, I heard that you have a big event coming up. Would you like to share about that?
Yes, I would love to. Yes, I'm doing this with Kim Chesney, the queen of intuition. I just want to mention her before I start sharing that beautiful retreat that we're having in Sedona, Arizona in 2025. We are having a vision quest during the equinox in March. So it's going to be a retreat. It's either 8 days with me, and I'm doing the channeling work. So I'm going to powerful locations guided by spirit. And I have this energy that became part of the order that I channel after I've been there a couple of times with a group of other individuals. I call them torchbearers. We had spent some time there, and we got introduced to an energy called Chief of the Holy Land. So he's going to come forward. He's called on me. So that's why. I said yes to do this retreat with Kim. So I'm bringing a group from Norway. She's bringing a group from the States, and we're joining forces in Sedona. And she's doing intuition work. So we all are doing inner vision to be able to expand on that during the vision quest to these sacred locations guided by Chief of the Holy Land and other energetic higher frequency beings. And we are going to use the vortexes, the energy, and the sacred space to activate higher intentions. So we're going to start working with energy in a five-dimensional space. So it's going to be really, really powerful. I'm so excited because I never know what's going to happen. I just know from day to day what is going to unfold so that people know where to show up. But when we get there,
Mhm.
it's all spirit. And that's the powerful part.
That sounds amazing. There's a link there on the screen for people if they wanna sign up for that.
I would love to
That
see you
sounds
there.
amazing. I
Yes.
mean, and there's no other place to better place to do that than Sedona for sure.
Mm. So true. It's like I said, I've been there many times with my groups because I've been called back there.
Mm.
So it is, Chief of the Holy Land actually calls it Mother Earth's emotional state. That's her emotional state. So everything that is reflected in the world can be experienced in her sacred area or sacred space, which is the emotional state of Mother Earth in Sedona.
So Sedona is Mother Earth's emotional state. So are those the negative emotions or the positive emotions? Like if you go there, are you gonna experience everybody's crappy
No,
emotions or
that's the
just the love
power.
and
It's
joy?
Mother Earth's power. So it's her emotional
Oh,
state, and she's
okay.
wiser and higher in vibration than all of us, and she's communicating with the
Okay,
universe.
great.
So when we get there, she's gifting us the opportunity to release and transform any lower vibrations and to let go of the 3D matrix as we're doing inner vision quest to, first of all, to redo or to, shall we say, eliminate in a beautiful way, dissipate, whatever word is
Mhm.
perfect, I don't know, um,
Yeah.
the lower vibrations of the 3D matrix
Okay.
to create higher. So we have to put an intent and we have to work vibrationally on a higher frequency, like New Earth strategies. And we do that in Sedona to get more power because then we are like in the sacred space of both Mother Earth speaking through these vortexes to the universe, and we can beam it up all the power as we're doing it together in unity. Because unity, the unity force of it, when we all have an intent, how powerful that is.
Yeah. That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. So you guys check that out. I'm gonna go to Sedona tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be able to go back again in March, but that sounds like an incredible opportunity. And it's 8 days, you said?
Yes, 8 days, or you can
8
choose
days?
just the inner vision quest, which is 5 days. So
Oh, okay. So there's multiple opportunities there.
it is.
Wow. Well, Vibecke, I hate for our conversation to come to an end, but, you and I could keep going, but I think our listeners might get a little tired.
I get it.
So, do you have any other parting words you'd like to leave us with?
Stay true to yourself. Yeah, I just want to say stay true to yourself in this chaotic world. There's a lot of energies, there's a lot of narratives flowing around. You know the channel to listen to. It's in within your heart. So make space for yourself. That is such an
Yeah.
important thing to do during these times. And just love on the people that you love the most, because that will also allow you to love yourself even more. So that is, spread the
Oh,
love. That's my final word. And if anybody wants to learn more about me or what I do mentorships. Um, you can check out my website and it's right there on the screen.
yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I have really enjoyed having you here. And, at some point, we're going to have to do this again because it was just too much fun.
I agree. I would love to.
So,
Thank you so much for having me, Heather Leigh, and for the wonderful, wonderful work that you are doing, sharing message of love and light to the world the way you do it. I appreciate you for all
Oh,
the wonderful work.
thank you, Vibecke. It was wonderful to experience your channel. That was my first time I've ever experienced it. So that was amazing as well.
Thank you.
And your work is incredible. You've been at this a long time. You are such a pro.
It
So
doesn't
I
I don't
commend you.
I don't feel like a pro. It's like it's an never ending learning, journey. So, but yeah, I'm comfortable in my skin now, if you see.
Well, and that's what's so interesting, though, because you are in a constant state of evolution, the same as those of us who are trying to catch up. So that never stops,
So true.
right? Never stops. That's incredible. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're enjoying my show, be sure to add it to your library and share it with your friends. Then come back each week for more captivating guests or advanced energetic frequencies from the Canine Spirit Guides. If you're looking for more, check out my webpage, heatherleestrom.com. That's all for now. Join me next time. And always remember to elevate your frequency and transform your reality. Be your best out there. Love ya.